Howdy folks, welcome back to Railroads Online. It's a beautiful morning here and we're ready to head up the mountain. Some of you may have noticed in the last video I forgot to grab the hoppers, so I went over and I had enough to buy 5 hoppers for the coal mine, and we're going to tack those on to the end of the terrain here. We're going to see if the climax can pull her on up the mountain. So let's get started. River looking good today. Like that early morning sunlight. I uncoupled this train. I was trying, you can see there's been an update, and yeah, the car text is now off on all the cars. It was correct on the hoppers that I bought new. So yeah, it makes me think something happened. So all the text is off. I think the engines are okay. It just seems to be the cars. Got some floating text, so I thought maybe I'd re-rail a car and see if that fixed it, but it did not. But that's okay. We can live with it. With the new update, I didn't read through all the patch notes, but we did get some new sound effects. We got sound effects now for the links, and we got sound effects for the handbrakes. So that's cool. Anyway, let's run on up to the climax here. And let's see, I think I've moved this since I loaded in, so here's hoping it doesn't jump off the track. There we go. Cursor in. Holy crap, that's loud. I had to reset my controls as the patch notes said. I did see that in the patch notes. Also, I had to re-rail this engine. It was stuck in the ground. Something with the pivot points of some of the models they updated, so you have to re-rail some of your engines once and then they'll be good to go. Climax was okay. This Class 48 was stuck in the ground, so it varies. Alright, let's see if we can leave that on 4 and run on back here. Yeah, we're against that now, so I think I got the brake on. Yeah, let's take the brake off. Hook that up. And we're starting to move. Not terribly fast, but we are starting to move. We still have the bug where if you re-rail something, the load doesn't have collision anymore. So we got fresh new bugs, and we still have some old bugs. Hopefully they fixed some bugs. They said something about fixed some locomotive issues. Don't know exactly what that was. I need to go back and reread the patch notes carefully. Alright, so we got a link on there. Let's go get some power. It's a little more speed up. It almost seems like there's more sounds. Also, it's just because it's so loud now. I can't see around the bend. I think that's going slow enough. We can just run back here. Whee! Yeah, that should be good. And we got the brake on here. Let's throw another brake on. Nice and easy. And weird, didn't go the first time I clicked. Okay, get that brake off. Now we just have to back past the switch and we're good to go. Get up in the cab. Here we go. There. Oh, we're out of fire. Don't want to run out of fire. There we go. Put back, close up the door. Still spin if you hit 100? Interesting. Maybe that was one of the locomotive fixes they were talking about. I noticed on the Class 48, it smokes even at idle. This one doesn't. I don't remember if the Class 48 used to do that or if that's one of the changes. Alright, big old long train. Which braking action do we have here? We have a... Sweet. Alright, let's throw the switch. And we'll head up the mountain. We'll see what happens. Let's drop a save just in case. Alright, here we go. Everything's a lot louder than it used to be. Oh, she's heavy. Yeah, I can put it on 100%. It doesn't spin out, so that's cool. Full power. I'm hoping the Climax has the guts to do this. We shall see. If we can make it up this first part, I think we'll be okay. Because I don't think there's anything steeper than that. Because it's 3% in some places over here. Alright, let's get her down. Yeah, let's stick with 80, and then we'll give her all the beans when we start heading uphill. Well, she's slowing down a little bit here in the curve. Maybe we just better give it all the beans and hope for the best. A pretty picture there, snaking out through the trees in the morning light. I did get this this and the 48 topped off with water and wood. I had the Class 48 over at the water tower. I was refilling with the water tower, and it is so slow. I bet it would have taken 2 hours to fill up, sitting there under the water tower. So I just edited the water. Full disclosure, I haven't got that kind of time on my hands. Now, I did a test before the update, and this had no problem pulling the whole train up this hill. So either those 5 hoppers are super heavy, or they changed the physics again, because there is no way we're making it to the top of the hill. Alright, well, we'll just have to do without the hoppers. Looks like we still have massive amounts of static friction, because it is not rolling backwards. I thought I took the brake off. My bad. Did I have the brake on the whole time? I thought I slid that down. That's a welcome change. We can go full power on the Climax. Not spin out. I may have had the brake. Sometimes when you drag the controls, it doesn't actually change. So yeah. That was just me being dumb and not noticing the brake. I was enjoying the view. Just me being a derp. There we go. That's more like it. Some of you were probably already typing angry comments. It's all good. I should have noticed that when I backed off the throttle and it was slowing down. I definitely need to go right through the full patch notes. Can I get up here and turn this on? Oh, no, wait, this is generator. I just need to turn the generator on. There we go. We can back her down to 80 and she'll do just fine so far. She's not fast, but she's mighty. And man, this thing is loud. I gotta remember to turn it down even more than normal in post. I didn't have any sound at all until I went into the audio settings and moved the sliders and then moved them back. So heads up, if you don't have any sound at all, just go fiddle with the settings. Alright, let's get some more power on. I'm really liking that you can use full power and not just spin the wheels out. That's a very welcome change. I can put up with some floating text. As long as the bug that gets fixed is worse than the new bug, I guess you can call that a win. There we go. There's a thumbnail. Backed off the regulator a little bit there. Trying to go by sound. So we've almost made it to the top of the hill over here. Had to build quite a bit of trestle. A little more than I would have liked. But the plan is to have one of the bigger coal-fired locomotives making this run, so I didn't want to do super sharp curves. We do have some 40 on here. So we'll have to see how that goes. Might be redoing some of this line. Alright, I think I see all the cars back there. I see some hoppers on the back anyway. So I think I will just keep on chugging over towards the coal mine. And we'll do a little time lapse. I know some of you like the time lapses. And we'll pick up over there at the coal mine. We need some more power though. Yeah, we're slowing down quite a bit, so I hit the sand. This is one of the tougher parts, I think. And with the gradient being all over the place when you're doing curves, I'm not 100% sure what the gradient is here. It may have been steeper than I thought. Alright, we need all the steam we can get. Uh-oh. Come on, number 3. Put your back into it. Here's where speed could help us out quite a bit. Get over these steep parts. I think it's just really steep, like right there. You can see it got kind of weird in that curve. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, she's picking back up speed now. Alright. Onwards and upwards. If you look over, you can just make out the coal mine. No, we're past now where you can see it. Never mind, it's over there. See my nice bridge there in the background, though. Alright, more time lapse. Well, that's not good. What the heck? What happened? How did this... Okay, I gotta get some brakes set here. It looks like the track went into the mountain. I didn't lay it through the mountain. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, let's see if we can get this fixed. Let's get at least one brake on. Then we're going to have to disconnect probably here. And let's let this coast backwards a bit. Which brake did I put on? This one? Is it going to coast? No, it still just has static friction. Can't fool it. Okay. What if I... There we go. I tricked it. Have to relay some track here. I was just happily enjoying the train. If I'd been watching better, I could have noticed that. We were doing so good. I don't know where the junction is for this rail, but we'll back it off a little bit. You gotta do something like turn on the physics. Alright, I see a joint there, so we just need enough room to re-rail everything. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just have one car in the engine, I think. Something like that. Alright, let's go ahead and throw in another brake. That will bring that to a halt. Wait, no, we have two. Oh, I was looking at this joint. Right, we've got four and two. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, let's see if we can get you back on the rail. On the rail again. Can't wait to get back on the rail again. Throw a linky in you. Oh, you're backwards. It switches between backward and forward when you're trying to select a vehicle. It's like, there's just so many little logic errors like that. All right, come on back. We will hook you up. Okay, that's good. What? Yeah, so then I click re-rail, but it puts a pin in. Like, you have to disable those other inputs when you're doing other modes. Okay, let's get a link in there. Whoa! It remembers like where you were when you were last in the Loco UI, so that's why that happened. It doesn't go off. Like if you change it here and then hop back in the F menu, it doesn't know that. Okay, let's drop a save. I need to make a giant list of all those little bugs. I don't know if those are all known bugs. And then we're going to demolish some rails. So let's kick you off. Oh, I bet I know what happened. I bet this was my fault. I bet I was smoothing out some curves in Railroad.studio. And when I did that, it put it inside the mountain. That's probably what happened. I think we're too tall here. Yeah, we're too tall for that. So what if I just hook this up? Yeah, that's probably the way it was originally. I don't know how it got into the mountain unless it was me in Railroad Studio smoothing out some curves and it just got out of hand. Let's take a look up here. This was really tricky. Right here, this is really tricky. This is probably the trickiest spot on the map. At least for me. So I ended up just going with a big stone fill. Because if you follow this land around here, it's just too sharp of a curve. All right, I think we're good. Let's get the train back on the road. And we'll probably just drive the rest of the way up here with no time lapse. Just in case something else happens. All right, we got you in forward. Got you in go-go. Got no brakes. Let's go release the bar brakes. Be some back here. We just had 2. See, I'm at 80% if I hop in here. It updates that, but then if I hit W, it goes from 0 to 2 instead of from 80 to 82. That bug's been in there, I think, ever since they added the Loco UI. Okay, we're on the road again. Let's roll on up the mountain. This is part of the railroad that was already laid. Didn't get to see me lay this in the time lapse. Actually laid this, I think, during a long conference call at work. So I wasn't recording. Gotta find time when I can. So I'm hoping the train stays on the track through here, because it's supposed to be 40. But sometimes the math gets a little goofy. Alright, let's give her all the beans. If there's anywhere it's going to stall out, it's probably the super tight, super steep turn. Uh-oh. We want to get some sand on. And then we start leaning right into another steep turn. It's kind of brutal right through here. Making it so far, though. And then right at the end, as we come up to the coal mine, there's another kind of brutal curve. Gonna let it ride on full throttle. Kinda like the way this bridge turned out. Nice steel bridge there. Alright, number 3, lean into it. If we can make it through this S-curve here, I think we're basically at the coal mine. Yeah, there's the coal mine. And is the switch thrown? The switch is not thrown the way I want it. Run! There we go. Alright, we made it. Finally. A few little mishaps here and there. So we've got beams and rails. And yeah, it is 30 beams and 60 rails, even though it takes twice as many beams. So these are like backwards. I think that's got to be a mistake. I'm pretty sure it takes twice as many beams as rails to make one coal. I want to drag that tail end up through the curve. Now I wonder if with this whole platform accept beams. Let's pretend like that's the case, and we'll get the train spotted here. Then I'll do a save and we'll test that theory. Let the generator rest a little bit. It was wound up. Alright, feels good to be up here at the coal mine. We made it. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's accept them there. And we're sort of on the platform. See if those count too. We should end up with 30. Yeah, it's counting up. Sweet. So we can unload like 3 of these at a time. We're careful about it. Now, are we lined up anywhere for beams? I'm going to go with no. It's kind of over there. We need to pull forward a bit. Actually, I'll probably do this from Railroads Online Extended so I can see what I'm doing. Find the loco. Rolls up. Beam on. Unfortunately, we just have the one little platform here for beam unloading. Wrong key. There we go. Alright. See the coal mine activated. Unless it always goes up and down. So I think it just took 2 beams and 1 rail. Yep. So why... Yeah, I think these are just mistakenly backwards. It should be 30 rails, 60 beams. And then the math would work out. Alrighty, let's pull up here. Get one more load offloaded. The physics feels a little better. It almost feels like I can tell they did something. Unless it's just my imagination. That comes to a stop right now. I think the brakes are still way, way too effective. Okay, we got those on. Let's get some more rails. That should fill this up, basically. We should be one short of full. There we go. And then let's get some more beams in. Have to back up a little bit. We can get this car. Can we get this car too? Okay, so it should take all the beams. Let's let it run through. Is that animating the tipping and everything? It is, cool. It takes the car up and it tips it. Never really paid that much attention before. Okay, so that's all the beams gone. Do we get more beams here? Okay, good. It's just close enough. Now we can run through another little bit. And you can see we already got 40 coal. I don't remember if I mentioned it last episode, but I think it was last episode. I actually switched back to normal economy. I like the challenge of hard economy, but it was just taking forever. And I don't have that much time. So I went back to normal economic difficulty. Still on realistic physics. But basically on hard economic, it takes twice as many inputs. So it was just taking forever to get anywhere. And as you know, I don't have that much time. All right, so all of our beams are unloaded. Or I keep calling these beams. All of our rails are unloaded. Just need to get the beams out. So I'm going to get this all unloaded. And then we got some coal to take back, so building the old funds back up as well. I had over $4 grand, but then I spent it on hoppers. So we need to save up some money. Let's go back over. Several people have recommended the 10 mile. So I've kind of got my eye on this. So its tractive effort is 84. Not a ton. It's actually less than the Class 48, isn't it? What's kind of a shorter wheelbase? Ruby Basin. That's got a ton of tractive effort, but I'm not sure that long middle would behave very well. What else we got that's coal-fired? We have the old Cookie with coal. That's a good engine. Yeah, I don't think the 280. And quite a few people wanted me to get this one, but I don't know if this would handle the curves. Are those middle drive? Oh, the middle drivers aren't flanged. So maybe it would. Yeah, those middle drivers aren't flanged. Yeah, $7,000 though. But it does have a lot of tractive effort. What's the climax? 17,210. 16,545. Maybe we'll save up for this. That's a big chunk of money, but it's coal-fired. It's got a ton of tractive effort. Hopefully the top speed. I don't think the top speed is noted here, but I can look that up. There was a special name for this. Twinkle or Twinkie or something. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, we might save up for that. That would be a beast. It burns coal. I like it. How do I get out of here? Close. There we go. All right, folks, that'll be it for this one. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.